Coverage presented to you tonight by the Asphalt Racing Network. Of course, sponsored by Decals, Paint, and Photoshop for all of your iRacing paint needs. And Young Hill Collectibles on Whatnot for all your new and old Lionel Racing champions and winner's circle needs. Be sure to give me a follow up there. Right now, qualifying underway for the drivers. A little bit different tonight. The session kind of messed up for us. So there's going to be a one-lap qualifying for 10 minutes. Once all drivers get their qualifying laps done, we will be switching over to a warm-up. 10-minute warm-up. After that, we will be green flag. As always, it is a great day for racing. A beautiful Saturday afternoon. And, of course, it is the Virginia Lovers 300 tonight at Richmond. Here for the Naras Cup Series, Week 7. Out of a calendar season, 36 weeks long. This is going to be a long race, a tough-fought battle, and hopefully a new winner crowned here tonight. As always, my name is Tyler Jones, and I will be the man in the sky for you here tonight. Of course, Mike Nitti Jr. will be our race control as well, so we might hear from him here or there. Of course, 300 laps. It's going to be a long race. A long race for these drivers here tonight. Nothing they're not used to, though, so that is a good sight. Of course, stages are going to be 100 apiece. 100 lap stages, 3 of them long. So, of course, we will have commercial breaks to break up that coverage, cautions to break up that coverage. It is going to be 90%, I believe 50% fuel in the tanks, excuse me on that. We are not running the 110 horsepower package here tonight. We are at 80. We are at 90, excuse me. The max fuel is set at 50. So there are going to be a lot of green flag pit cycles to go through here tonight. Of course, the biggest question is who is going to win? Who is going to fall off? And who will possibly prevail that hasn't found a win yet? So far, our winners this season have been spread out a little bit. Of course, preseason, we saw Caleb Hess take the win at the Clash. J.J. Moore get the qualifying pole position, and Owen Lax and Kyle Sims win the duels. First race of the regular season, Tristan Pena was able to make the win as a rookie at a crown jewel. Pena will not be here tonight as he is actually racing a late model this weekend. Mark Morton won our second race of the season at Atlanta for the Georgia Peach 300. Currently not here as well tonight. Nathan Hawks, as a part-time driver, won the Las Vegas Casino Royale 300. Then, of course, J.J. Moore winning at Phoenix for the Desert Dash Week 4. Joseph Davis won the Food City 250 at Bristol at Week 5. And Tristan being the first person to go 2 wins in a single season so far for Season 3 at the Fisher Studio 300 at Kansas. Of course, now at the Virginia Lovers 300. We still have a lot of opportunities for drivers to get a win. Will tonight be one of them for a new guy, or will we be calling a victor from a previous week once again? That is going to be our biggest question. Of course, right now, we've already had a lot of qualifying chances. Corey Rainey just hit the wall there at about half of a lap, so he's going to reset and try to go again for his qualifying time. Lucas Lewis, Riley Bennett, Charlie Bennett, Isaiah Fox, Peter Hoppy, Jordan Fisher, Matthew Fenney, Jeffrey Bourne, Sims Bennett, Hollinsworth, Josh Ryder, DJ Vinson, Hayes, Plyler, and Post. Or Hayes and Plyler all qualified. Joshua Hahn is qualified as well. Kenneth Colson has also qualified. Right now, of course, All-Star is slowly approaching. You guys follow us on a week-to-week basis. On the Twitch side, I'm going to drop that link. That is your All-Star voting link. That is not your All-Star voting link. Let me see if I can get the actual All-Star voting link posted in chats. Give me 1 second while I try to find that for you. All right, I found it. Sorry for the wait, everybody. This is your all-star vote. That is going to be pinned in the Twitch chat. You guys can vote for the drivers. That is posted in the YouTube side as well, both Twitch and YouTube. It will be pinned in the Twitch chat. Of course, if you guys haven't voted for someone, go ahead and vote for your pick. That is a non-winner so far in the season that you are voting into the All-Star race. Fan votes are much appreciated, as you guys are what help us make the world go round. Of course, drivers in warm-up now. We have about 12 minutes in warm-up. That is going to be dropped down to, I believe, 10. It was starting with 15, so we got a lot of time in warm-ups for these drivers to get familiar with each other on the track and kind of acclimated here for the race tonight. DJ Vincent making a return after a long-awaited weeks. Of course, a lot of news happening in the future. It is almost to a pivotal point in the season for a lot of drivers. Drivers that have tried and tried again have been falling up short. Corey Rainey still lacks a win here. Kind of replicating last season where he got the championship. He had a few weeks in the regular season to start off with before we saw him claim the first win. Now kind of back to the same situation. He hasn't found that win yet. Could tonight be the night for him? course, still a lot of weeks left here. Let's go ahead. Well, they still have 10 minutes of warm-ups. Let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule here for Naras. Now looking at the schedule for Naras. This is Season 3, the last season for the Gen 6 cars. Next season, we'll be moving over to the Gen 7 cars. We are at race 10 overall. That is including the pre-season races as well at Richmond. Next week at Texas, then we go to Watkins Glen. Of course, our Charlotte Open and the All-Star race going to be on the same night. Then we go to Charlotte for the points race at week 19. Of course, a few heavy hitters in the middle of this season. 22 is going to be Martinsville. 24, New Hampshire. Another crown jewel at Indianapolis at 25. Then we go to Pocono for the 2.5 mile twice. Week 14 and week 27. Darlington Auto Club and Nashville will be the last 3 cars in your regular season. And then we head to the playoffs, starting at Chicagoland and finishing the round of 16 at Bristol. Starting the round of 12 at Las Vegas, finishing in Charlotte for the elimination race. The round of 8 will go to Kansas. The elimination race will be Talladega. And then, of course, last but not least, race 40, where we go back to Homestead, Miami for another championship run. Of course, drivers all on track right now. We'll show car logos on the tower, on the ticker up top. You can get a gist of the field here tonight. Looks like we're going to have 17 cars here. Lighter field of over 2 cars. Drivers are all but ready now. 7 minutes left in warm-ups. We're going to go to our first commercial break before we go 25 laps of ad-free racing. Stay tuned, everybody, on both sides, and we will be back in just a few minutes.
Dave in Victor Lane.
The after-jets are don't count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
What a victory this will be. Next flag is going to hit. Does he have enough? Let's go! A dominant performance. They're going to say no, baby. Let's go!
You got to earn this thing.
It is all on the table.
All right, we are back here now. Warm-ups are now over. We are going to the gridding positions to see who has got the pole here tonight. While we wait for drivers to get on the tracks, gridding up in pit road as we are all ready to go grid and see if we will have another winner added to the list or will we see another repeat winner. Of course, going through your gridding spot, showing you who got pole. Lucas Lewis taking the pole position away here tonight. Isaiah Fox starting in second place. Charlie Bennett in third. Jordan Fisher in fourth. Peter Hoppy rounding out your top five. Just outside of the top five is going to be Matthew Fenney in sixth. Seventh, Jeffrey Bourne. Eighth place is going to be Kyle Sims. Ninth, Riley Bennett. Rounding out your top 10 is going to be Stephen Hollinsworth. 11th place, we're going to have Josh Ryder and DJ Vincent in 12th. 13th position, we're going to have Stephen Hayes and Jack Plyler in 14th. 15th place is going to go to J.J. Moore. 16th was Kenneth Colson. 17th is going to be Corey Rainey's Race Controls in the Sky. 18th will go to Edmund Post, a.k.a. Wyatt Post. 19th will go to Joshua Hahn. And Taylor Auden, I don't believe, was able to make it to the track here tonight. But he would have started in 21st with no qualifying time. Now, drivers, getting ready. If you have Twitch channel points, you know what I want you to do when we go green. There's a little blurb there for your channel points. It says, let's go racing. Just a few moments away here now. A lot of nice paint schemes on the track here today. Pace lights are off. That means we're going green this time. One more time around the track, drivers getting those tires ready to go. First few pace laps of the Virginia Lovers 300 are now going to be concluded, as this time we are going green. Pace car off the track. Green flags in the air now. For the leader, the 24 of Lucas Lewis. Lucas still holding first. Isaiah Fox in second right now. Jordan Fisher up in third. He's already up a position from where he started. Top four drivers all in spitting distance. A little bit of a break after you get to the 97 of Matthew Fenney. All drivers seem pretty comfortable here so far. So good. Of course, we have tested this track, I believe, twice this week. Both tests have went phenomenal. Of course, we were going to go with a 90% package this week, but we didn't go with that due to the session messing up. So we have changed to the, we're going to go with the 85% package, but the session messed up, so we're at 90 now. 50% fuel in the tanks. Already a spin out in the back. That is the 82 of Stephen Hayes, I do believe. No, it's not. That is the 5 of J.J. Moore. Replay presented by Young Hitter Collectibles. 67 is Stephen Hollingsworth sent it in, which gave him a tap. That sent J.J.'s nose first to the outside wall. No fast repair. That means he is most likely going to be down and out for the night, as that car already seems to be disabled. He is towing it around. No caution on the field, actually. Lucas Lewis still in the lead at 6 laps. Fisher broke loose a little bit there. That Napa number 9. Colson already going to pits as well. Colson has already parked himself for the night. The 09 of Isaiah Fox, and Lucas Lewis, the 24, in first place. They were side by side there for a bit. Fox kind of falling off. Now looking at 8th place right now. DJ Vincent leading his pack. Kyle Sims, Stephen Hollingsworth, and Jeffrey Bourne, 10th, 11th. 9th, 10th, and 11th, excuse me. Trying to slow pace around the track right now. Jeffrey Bourne down 4 positions already. He's in 11th. Playing the slow and methodical game here tonight. Josh Ryder in 28, number 28. Sitting in 10th is Kyle Sims, now up to 9th, fighting Hollingsworth. A lot of back and forth across the track right now. That's pretty good to see. Drivers already fighting early on. No one wants to wait until the last few laps. Of course, long stages to go. 100 per stage. We're only on lap 13 right now. Jeffrey Bourne now trying to advance a position on the 28 of Kyle Sims. Back up to the front, Isaiah Fox still in second place, fighting with Lucas Lewis. Lewis still has that edge. He's led all 16 laps here so far, still leading. Will the 09 be able to take that run away? Kind of mirroring each other here right now. No one's going to be able to get that advantage early on. Luke is not even able to pull away. Him and Lewis and Fox really kind of have the same strategy right now, same lines, same inputs and same outputs, as they're not able to really pull away from each other, let alone put a distance between one another. So that might be an interesting fight to see here as this stage goes on. Now, of course, multiple green flag pit cycles, as long as we all stay green, that are going to happen during this race. So that's also going to be something else to take into accountability. These drivers not going to be able to stay where they're at. They're going to have to fight for positions. A little bit of wall contact in the back. Seems to be coming from the 08 to Charlie Bennett. Bennett going to have to try to dig deep again and pull himself back up. Right now, he's making pretty good leeway onto the two cars in front of him. Lap 22 out of 100. 23 this time by Lucas Lewis, still holding the lead. This man has led all laps so far. All 23 laps as he started on pole. Charlie Bennett sitting in third. Riley Bennett sitting in fourth. Fisher now in fifth. Matthew Fenney in sixth. Hoppy's in seventh. Vincent now up to eighth. Drivers already pretty far spread out. This is your eighth place driver all the way in the back. This is your fifth place driver. And that is your leader. Getting a zoomed out view of the track. This is what the competition looks like right now for the top 10. First off, beautiful night here. But it's going to be a hard-fought battle for a lot of these drivers, especially when it comes down to having to get the positions back after waiting a little bit. Johnny, appreciate the 200 bits. ARN's #1 fan now officially in the house. I appreciate the 200 from last night too. I didn't see that till after the live. Now, of course, we're going to let the camera just zoom around the track a little bit. It is focusing on the 12th place position of Jeffrey Bourne. Now we're on Fenney in sixth spot. He has Peter Hoppy right behind, Jordan Fisher in front. Fisher seems to be trying to go conservative with tires here. He's not worried about his position too early. He knows he has a lot left in this race to go. I mean, that is a wise decision from somebody. You know, you don't want to burn him out too early and have to use an extra set. Of course, drivers getting a decent amount of sets of tires tonight. But still, you don't want to use them all. There's 9 sets of tires, 85% fuel. 225 miles will be driven before the end of this race. I mean, right now, Parker Motorsports kind of having a bad night with the 5 of J.J. Moore having that first caution. He is in pits. Moore is in pits, but not out. Kenneth Coulson already out for the night. It is literally just Jordan Fisher and Lucas Lewis for Parker Motorsports right now. Parker Motorsports is leading this race. I mean, that's been the biggest question we've been asking ourselves for the last few weeks. Is Parker Motorsports close to turning things around? I mean, right now they haven't had the worst races, but they also haven't had the best races. Parker Motorsports not finding victory lane yet as a competitor. Any of the drivers of that team have not found themselves within victory lane yet. I mean, we still have a long season to go. But at this point in time, I feel like we already had wins from the guys last season. Josh Mason, he hasn't touched victory lane yet. J.J. Moore has touched victory lane at the Desert Dash, excuse me. I apologize about that. J.J. has touched victory lane, but there's only one driver right now that has been able to accomplish the win. Of course, a very stacked rookie season. So it's going to take a lot more than what it could have last year to be able to put the numbers up for not only for you, but for the team as well. And we're kind of already seeing that early on here this season. Lap 34. Lucas Lewis still in the lead. Isaiah Fox still trying to get that lead for the first time and take it away from our pole sitter, who has led all 35 laps up into this point in time. We are going to take a quick commercial break here at ARN, and we will be back in just 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Come on, guys, eat your food. Let's go.
I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding.
It's on. It's on.
I was going to say, will you marry me?
Is my makeup messy? Yes, it's messy.
Consumer Cellular can help people save on their cell phone bills. That's why I cut my car in half. This year, let's cut even more things to show people how much they can save. Let's cut the face off of our helmets. Let's cut the top off of our steering wheel. Let's even cut our hats.
Isn't that just a visor?
Shut up, Chris. Great. Can't wait to see what y'all come up with.
Get your second month free with Consumer Cellular.
We are back here at lap 46. Didn't miss much. Lucas Lewis still holding the lead strong right now. Of course, Isaiah Fox still in that position, trying to knock it away. Now Fox back 0.5 of a second. Charlie Bennett still in third. Riley Bennett still in fourth. Now Corey Rainey up 13 positions in fifth place. Off to a good start. You see the gains on the left-hand side of the screen. Corey Rainey trying to make another pass there. Puts himself in fifth place over Fenny in the 97. Peter Hoppy sitting comfortably in seventh position right now, just behind the 4 of Rainey. Jordan Fisher not too far back in 8th place. DJ Vinson now in 10th as the top 3 are all in for pits. Fox, Bennett, and Bennett, excuse me, are all into pits this time. Hollinsworth is also coming into pits. Lyler is also into pits this time, as well as your leader, Lucas Lewis. Now, Gary Finney gonna be your leader at this point in time. Fox was the first one to go in with this group. Now we will see they are getting out of pits now. Going a lap down, but they are going to be in good standings. And now we are halfway through stage 1. If they can make the first 50 the same way, they can make the next 50 the same as well, which means they should cycle back out to the lead once everybody goes into pits. Lucas Lewis now still in pits, pit box number 1, so it took him a little bit longer to get down. He is now out, but will be back up to full speed a little bit quicker than the others. So now he is out. See the 97 passing him, the 96, excuse me, that is Jeffrey Bourne, not too far ahead. 97 currently is your leader with the 4 car of Rainey pushing far behind. Caution out on the field, does not look good. Was that your pole sitter? Yes, it was. That was the number 24 of Lucas Lewis that crashed that time. Let's go see exactly what happened. A replay sponsored by Young Hitter Collectibles. Lucas just broke loose on fresh tires, trying to push her a little bit too early. Was it that bump from behind though? There's the 08 of Charlie Bennett. Gives him a bump. It looks like he breaks loose because of that bump. Not a good situation there for Lucas Lewis. Let's go ahead and see it again. Back it up a little bit longer before that bump. Zoom in on this bump. So here comes the bump from the 08. It broke Lucas loose. Seemed like he had it recovered though. Let's wind it back one more time before the bump. Take it into the cockpit view of the 24. Here comes the bump from the 08. Lucas oversaved it. Lucas tried oversaving it. Now caution out. right, so right now, incident going to the 24. He will be cited as the cause for that wreck, of course, due to the fact of him trying to overcorrect it. Now those drivers going around at the time of the caution. Corey Rainey now your leader. Corey Rainey pitted on lap 53. He was able to come out in second place. I believe the 97 is actually the leader here. So Gary will be lead. Line 1 and 2. Line 1 is going to be the 97 and the 4, Finney and Rainey. Line 2 is going to be Ryder and Fisher. Line 3, Post and Vincent. Line 4 going to be Fox and Bourne. And, of course, Line 5 running out your top 10 is going to be Hollingsworth and Charlie Bennett for this restart. Base lights are off now, which means we're going back green next time. See Rainey trying to warm those tires up on the apron, a slicker surface. Smart move. You could potentially go run a little bit harder if you get those tires warmed up a little bit earlier than the rest of the drivers. You see some wiggling on the actual racing surface, but the racing surface isn't going to be as slick as that apron. So will that actually help? Will it not help? Some say it doesn't work at all. Some say it does. Of course, pace car off now. We are going back green for the first time today. It's the first caution after 50 laps. Green flag back out now for the Virginia Lovers 300. Gary going to be able to get that good jump early on. He will take the lead. Corey Rainey in second place right now. Josh Ryder and Fisher not too far behind. We got to hold on now. The number 10, that is RVR's teammate, DJ Vincent, making a return here after almost a month-and-a-half hiatus. He is currently sitting in fifth, so he can't get up there to help his team owner, the 4 car of Rainey, right now sitting contently behind the 9 of Fisher. Randy's still fighting for this lead position right now. Lap 61 and another caution out. Looks like the Steel City Racing single car of Jeffrey Bourne to the infield. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to Jeffrey. Might have broke loose due to contact with the 67. Off-centered contact with the 67, and Bourne does his best to keep it off the wall. Little bit of a nose touch. That will be the 67 of Stephen Hollingsworth. Following Hollingsworth now, just before the caution came out. That is the car of Bourne, not too far in front. Here it is. Let's back it up just a little bit before that corner. Just a bad tap. That sends the 67 on off. Now Gary's still going to be in the lead. Corey Rainey in second place. Bourne going to have to go into pits, get a little bit of that nose damage off. That's going to kill some of his speed in the straightaways. Hopefully not too long of a repair. Give me 1 second, see if I can hear from our infield pit reporter about how much time he has, so we can get that reported back. Green flag now back out on the field here after a little bit of a bump and dump. 96 having 0 reported time for damage. So now he will be able to regain the field in 11th without having to go too hard on the repair. It's going to put him back a little bit, but now he's going to have to catch back up. There is a track blocker on the top. That is the 32 of Josh Ryder, and back-to-back cautions now are happening. Following Josh Ryder on the green flag of this race. Bad bumps all around tonight. Now 3 cautions. Back to back to back. All right. Been a tough fight here. 32 Ryder now out of pits. He will regain the field in 13th place. Gary going to be your leader still with DJ Vincent now in second. Isaiah Fox in third and Rainey behind his driver. One of the guys he hasn't seen in a few weeks. This is about to be a good fought battle here for the lead. Pace car off. in the restart zone on the 97. We're going back green again. Lap 70 out of 100. 30 more laps to go for the first stage. Now the 97's got to hold it together because DJ is out for blood. This man has not raced in almost a month and a half. Now here, trying to put the win on. The 4 car gets turned sideways. Caution back out on the field. Peter Hoppy, Corey Rainey involved in that caution. Looks like Rainey thought he might have been clear there. Yeah, Rainey thought he was clear to the outside of the 08 of Bennett. Unfortunately, put himself in a massacre. He's hit by the 1. 1 gets hit by Ryder. Now the 43 in pits. Plyler, Bennett, Lucas Lewis, all in pits. Not a good night for some of these drivers. Hoping we can clean it up here. It's been a little hectic the last few laps. Now, of course, 4th caution here at lap 73. Can these drivers get through the end of this stage? 100 laps each stage. The longer we pace, the longer it's going to take. Of course, these drivers are familiar with that as well. This isn't what they're wanting either, but it's something we're having to deal with now. Green flag back out now. Of course, Gary still in the lead. Now Isaiah Fox in second, Vincent in third. Rainey now in the back at 12th. They're holding on strong right now. A little bit of contact in the back of that wall. I believe that was from Riley Bennett. Now, side by side with Bennett. Jeffrey Bourne in 8th place currently. Stephen Hollingsworth in 9th. Side by side fighting. These two were a caution just 2 laps ago. Now 67 currently sitting in 8th place. There's a big gap now forming between 8th and 9th place. You can see the difference of drivers going crazy, gung-ho fast, and drivers trying to hold those tires on. The 09 of Fox going to go to the back of the lead pack as Gary is still holding the lead strong. Charlie Bennett now in 2nd. DJ Vincent still in 3rd. 4th and 5th are going to Lucas Lewis and Isaiah Fox. Lucas has not touched the lead since his wreck. He's trying to get that lead back. Now is his opportunity to do so as he is in shooting distance. A little bit of wall contact there. Lewis going to stay the high side, but Isaiah Fox going to block him out. Really close call there to the left rear quarter panel of the 24. 24 is going to get the draft. Now the 09 is going to fall back another position. Playing the blocking game now. Not letting the 24 get that advantage, but still got the advantage. Now the 09 going to have to work a little bit harder to get back up there. Single file for the lead. Charlie Bennett trying to make some moves. He wants to make some moves. 14 laps to go in stage 1. Now 13. 88 out of 300 laps here tonight. Long, long race. We're only getting started. Looking at our recap so far for tonight. 4 cautions for 18 laps of pacing. Says we've only had 1 lead change at this point in time, and there is another caution out. Stephen Hollingsworth this time, and Bourne. We're going to have to back that up and see exactly what happened with Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth broke loose there that time. He managed to save it. He seems to be comfortable going around here. See a little bit of a break out there. I was allowing that 96 to catch up. See a little bit of a stutter from that 67. See, he does have some rear damage, is what it looks like in the center of that car. Could be affecting his turning radius. Bad bump there going into the corner. Seems like the 97 was catching a lot of speed. Didn't expect Hollingsworth. Or the 96, I'm sorry. The 96 caught a lot of speed. Didn't expect Hollingsworth to check up that early going into the corner. Let's go see if we can get Bourne's cockpit view. I don't know. It doesn't seem like he had the opportunity to really gauge how fast he was going to slow down. Hollingsworth could have been braking excessively in that corner. We saw him get loose multiple times by himself. Fifth caution of the night due to another bump in the corner. Lap 92, 93 this time by under caution. Pace car off this time, going back to green in the restart zone at the 97. They are 3 wide for second place currently. Another spin from the 24. Seemed like the 24 thought he was clear on the high side when he was not. We're going to watch the 24 on this replay as that was a very fast restart caution. 24 on the bumper of the 10 there. Goes in, checks up a little bit. Doesn't want to bump the 10. Gives a little bit of a bump to the 10. 10. I mean, 10 had room, but not much room on that wall. Really make an adjustment. And by the time Lucas came up, he was already hooked. A little bit of room on that wall, but I don't think it would have made a difference even if DJ went up that high. 24, same thing with Corey Rainey earlier, and Charlie Bennett just cleared it out thinking that he had that room to go. An unfortunate, another caution out. Lucas in pitch, probably with a lot of right side damage, possibly a broken toe link on the front right side tire. And now we're going to have to start it all over again at lap 95. And we come back to green this time. In first, Charlie Bennett in second. Vincent in fourth. Fisher's in fifth, running out your top 5. Just outside is going to be in seventh. Lucas Lewis in 10th place. Corey Rainey in 11th. Post in 12th. Jack Plyler in 13th place. In 14th, Stephen Hollingsworth still in the pits, fixing damage from that earlier wreck. He's already been in pits for 5 minutes. JJ Moore actually back on track now. He is 69 laps down though, but he will be able to finish this race. Six caution. We are at lap 97 this time by. The pace lights will turn off. Pace lights now off. We will be back green next time by. Just saying, we all thought this race was going to go clean and green. We're down about that's why we didn't go to the 110 horsepower package. We do have 80% horsepower. Of course, how is this going to affect the drivers throughout a green flag run? We've seen a lot of the changes so far. It is also affecting under with the cautions as well, as green flag is back out now. Gary's in the lead. The 09 of Fox gets himself in there. A little bit of door banging there. The 87 still going to have the lead. 1 to go. Certainly has it on the bottom side for stage 1. Another bump and bang there to the 97. Fox going to be able to come around the front stretch and gets it just by a hair. Very close finish. Now, lap 100. This is the actual stage break of the night. We are going to go to a caution, and we were going to go to commercial. And we will be back in 3 minutes with the start of stage 2. Do not go anywhere.
Got a great car, great team. We'll execute.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day, be in victory lane.
The after-jets are don't count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
What a victory this will be. Next flag is going to hit. Does he have enough? A dominant performance. They're going to say no, baby. Let's go.
You gotta earn this thing.
It is all on the table.
Back here stage 2. Isaiah Fox was able to get the lead during the pit cycles. Now Riley Bennett in second, Matthew Gary in third, Lucas Lewis in fourth, Jordan Fisher already having a bad problem out on the field. Not a good situation for Fisher there. He was battling the way to Bennett. He saved it. And then the 42 just came around Joshua Hahn. Sent him to the inside wall. Now we're back out. 8th caution tonight. Not even one lap in to stage 2. Of course, at the time of the caution, your leader is going to be Isaiah Fox. He will still hold the lead. Tough night for a lot of people. Stephen Hollingsworth right now still in pits with 13 minutes of damage. Hollingsworth might be out for the night. He does have a meatball flag. Same with Plyler. Of course, he's not here tonight, but is Tristan Pena. A playoff threat. We've seen him be the first one to go back. Well, not back-to-back. We've seen him be the first one to get 2 wins this season. Of course, he has showed strong performances pretty early on in the season, especially as a rookie driver. He still has a lot to go for. And a lot to show off, too. Now it's going to be the 24 and 09 side by side for the restart, this time by. In the box, in the box, in the box, we are green. Fox with a good jump there. Green flag out now. All drivers kind of going single file now. Course is looking good pretty early on right now for Isaiah Fox. He's still in the lead. Riley Bennett is in second. Lucas Lewis in third. Looking at the fields here tonight, still a Chevy dominant season. 6 Fords, 1 lone Toyota. $14 Chevys here tonight. Yeah, that's been the situation all season now. Toyota seems to really be the manufacturer to try to beat here and there. Chevy hasn't really had a runaway dominant season so far. Of course, still early, so anything could really happen. But of course, you can't count your chickens before they hatch. Of course, Fox still holding this lead right now. Riley Bennett in second. Not much has really changed for a few of the drivers up here. Now Fox really pulling away with the lead, something we haven't seen a driver do so far yet tonight. Now Fox trying to do it for himself pretty early on. Now, of course, it has been an insane ride this season so far for a lot of drivers. I mean, of course, looking around to some early season predictions. I mean, right now, we have a lot of early threats for the championship. I mean, looking at our points standing, you know, Mason now leads the points. He is currently sitting in first with 236 points because Rainey did not finish last week's race. He is behind by 9, sitting in second. Owen Lax comfortably in third. Lucas Lewis in fourth. Tristan Pena is in fifth. He is locked in. Of course, Brennan Carroll in sixth. Charlie Bennett in seventh. Mark Randall in eighth. J.J. Moore in ninth, already locked into the playoffs as well. Going outside of our top 10, Jordan Fisher, he is in 11th. Kyle Sims is in 12th. Mark Morton in 13th, locked into the playoffs. Thomas Adam is in 14th. Isaiah Fox sitting in 15th, and Kevin Vergara, which we have not seen in a few weeks, in 16th place. just outside right now, and 17th is going to be Wyatt Post outside of the top 16. Then Johnny Road Truck. Jeffrey Bourne in 19th place. Joshua Hahn in 20th. Kenneth Colson in 21st, and then DJ Vincent in 22nd. A lot of drivers still outside that list, but the farther down you get, the harder it's going to be for them to make it in that top 16. Of course, one spot open right now with about 5 in shooting distance. With Wyatt Post making it tonight and Vergara not, Wyatt should advance into the top 16. Of course, he'll be fighting Jeffrey Bourne, who's only 2 points behind him at 111 to Post's 113. Joshua Hahn as well tied. It's a three-way tie right now, end points. Road Truck, Bourne, and Hahn all at 111. They have the opportunity. Hahn and Bourne have the opportunity to surpass Post tonight and fight for that 16th spot. Either way, if they don't do it tonight, they're still going to be fighting pretty tough for that 16th position and then some. I mean, early predictions, I don't know, for me personally, I mean, the way JJ's been driving, he's been affected by everybody else, and it hasn't been anything to any fault of his own. I feel like, he has that opportunity to get a win. Of course, especially in the playoffs, push himself further or just do it off the points. But, I mean, after last season, he was a pretty heavy competitor in the playoffs itself. Of course, not involved in the playoffs as he joined mid-season, past the cutoff. But, I mean, I would say, honestly, Moore has that availability and that enough power and dominance to be able to get to a championship position, especially if he can kind of try to avoid everybody else's nonsense on the track. Now we're looking at Fisher in 5th place. Fox doing a good job in the lead right now. Fisher not moving outside of that top 6. Jordan Fisher having some sponsor issues. Of course, he lost Rebel C-Stores. He's brought back the Napa as the primary sponsor. That's the 9 car you're seeing here tonight. Feel like we haven't seen a Napa primary for that 9 since season 3. Laps out of 100, we were almost at the halfway point in the stage. While these drivers figure out who's going to try to pass for the lead position here on ARN, we're going to go to the commercial break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it. They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Trish on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Got a great car, great team. Let's go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction. Side by side, hammer down. The after-checks are lit. Count out anybody who wants it the most.
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out.
Wheel to wheels, they come to the line.
What a victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it. Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
Gonna say now, baby. Let's go.
Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can. It one final shot.
Gotta earn this thing. Run here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500.
We are back here now. 153 laps out of 300. Just over the halfway point of this race entirely. Another 150 laps to go. It's been a difficult run for a lot of drivers here. Of course, Matthew Gary in the lead. Oh God, Brianna's in chat. Flips are now expected. Jeffrey Bourne comfortably in second. A late pit strategy is what he's trying to go for. He's last pitted at lap 102. Corey Rainey going in this time in third. Don't worry, Brianna. We have the F1 counter ready to go. Now only 2 drivers that have remained out. Hoppy, Olsen, Vincent, already out for the night. Whereas Hayes, Plyler as well. Collinsworth still in pits. Gary and Bourne yet to go in. You gotta wonder, is this actually gonna work out in their favor? Now here he comes. Gary in this time. Bourne still on the track. Jeffrey Bourne is not pitted since lap 102. He now officially has his first laps led here at Naras. He has only led 3. Now Bourne comes into pit this time. Isaiah Fox is going to cycle out to be your leader. There goes Fox during pit entrance. Should be passing the 96 and does. 96 just making it to his pit box. Riley Bennett and Charlie Bennett going to pass as well. Lucas Lewis, Jordan Fisher, Corey Rainey coming around now. Bourne down to 7th place actively. Here comes our leader again to put him a lap down. Bourne now making it out, but is trapped. He is the first car a lap down. So if something were to happen, he will be getting that spot back. Now Fox in the lead. Fox has had multiple laps led here tonight. Trying to go for the first victory of the season. Now, of course, it is not too close for the leaders either. Riley Bennett and Isaiah Fox are really spread out from each other. Jordan Fisher in 5th, Rainey in 6th right now. Bourne came back on track at 11th. He is going to have the freshest tires at everybody, though, as he waited till the last to get in. Charlie Bennett in 4th, just behind your pole sitter of the night, Lucas Lewis. A lot of chaos and mayhem early on, but it seems to be calmed down now. Sorry about that. Mike was muted. Right out, probably more than what they expected after these pit cycles. Going to the blame can. This is Isaiah Fox. Riley Bennett for second place. Lucas Lewis for third. Charlie Bennett behind Jordan Fisher as well. These are the closest competitors within the top 5. Corey Rainey for 6th. Gary for 7th. Hahn in 8th. Bourne in 9th. Wyatt Post just behind. Rounding out your top 10. Sims in 11th. Josh Ryder in 12th. In pits. Ryder is not out for the night. Hayes is out. JJ Moore is on the track. He is not going to be for position competitiveness as he is 69 laps down. But a big spread. These are the 3 closest drivers within the top 5 and within the top 10. These top 3 still not fighting too hard. Fisher falling back to the 4 car of Rainey. Fox now 2 seconds away from Bennett. Lucas 6 seconds away from Fox. They're doing pretty good here on the distance. Lap 188 out of 300. We're almost to the end of stage 2. It's been a good race. It's been a really clean race so far, other than a few cautions we've had. Isaiah Fox still in the lead now. Let's go ahead and see how many laps he has led here tonight. 78 laps in the lead. Let's go through our top 10 drivers, see how many laps they have led, if they have led any at all. Riley Bennett has not touched the lead. Lucas Lewis only has 49 laps. Charlie Bennett, no laps led. Corey Rainey, 1 lap only. Jordan Fisher in 6th place. No laps led for him either. Gary did lead laps earlier. He led 60. 42 of Joshua Hahn has not touched the lead either. 96 of Jeffrey Bourne touched it for about only 4 laps. And Wyatt Post in 10th has not had an opportunity to lead this race. Looking at a recap right now, 8 cautions for 35 laps. One of those was a stage break. 195 laps in now, only 5 lead changes. Isaiah Fox still currently your leader. He's about to put Wyatt Post a lap down the hard way. About 5 more laps away from a stage 2 finish where Isaiah Fox will be able to take it. This will put him back to back, stage 1 and 2. Of course, right now he is sitting in 15th place. Thomas Adams not showing up. They are tied. That's going to advance him. Mark Morton not showing up. That's going to push him even further. Gotta wonder if Fox going to play a little bit of mercy here and not go for the pass on Wyatt. Lap 199 of 200 for stage 2. Next time the yellow hits that tower, it is going to be the stage break. Isaiah Fox crossing the line as the leader for stage 2. Now with lap 200 completed, Isaiah Fox comfortably in the lead. He will claim a stage 2 victory when top 10 cross the line. The caution will go out. Now caution is out for stage 2. We will be right back with more racing action for the start of stage 3 in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere.
Escaping in Victory Lane. We are eyes on the leader now. What a victory this will be! Next flag has been hit. Does he have another? No! A dominant performance. They're gonna say no, baby. Let's go! You gotta earn this thing. It is all on the table.
Back, we are right before the green flag is out this time by. Of course, base car lights are off, mean we will be back green. Here we go, pace car off. Back to green flag racing this time. Riley Bennett is your leader for the first time. Charlie Bennett, brothers, side by side. Of course, looking ahead to the All-Star race in a few weeks, dropping a few little tidbits of what we are doing here. First off, make sure you guys go vote on your picks for the All-Star race. If you guys need to, I can re-drop that link in the chat. It is pinned on the Twitch chat. I will put it here for the YouTube. Make sure you are putting copy that message, put it in your browser, and make sure you vote for your favorite driver that has not won and put themselves in or got a pole position to put themselves in to the All-Star. Of course, how is this format going to work, you might ask? The first 5 stages decide who will go onto the All-Star event. After each 10-lap stage, the winner of that stage will pull off of the track and will be locked into the All-Star main. During the All-Star main, the race will consist of 5 25-lap stages. Each winner of the first 4 stages will line up inside of the first 2 rows for stage 5 to decide the finish for the All-Star. During the first 4 stages of the main, pitting is 100% not mandatory. After the completion of the 4th stage, entering stage 5, pitting will be mandatory across the entire field. Now, right now at lap 214 out of 300, Charlie Bennett in the lead, Lucas Lewis trying to get that lead position back. He has not touched the lead in a very long time. Looking at some race stats the last time we get here, Lucas is the only active driver with a win here. With 1 win. 145 laps led in his history at Richmond. Charlie Bennett has 1 top 3 finish in first career start at Richmond. Of course, no laps led for him. Joshua Mason, who is not here tonight, and Isaiah Fox both have 1 top 5 at Richmond. Mason has 28 laps led. Fox only has 23 before tonight. And of course, Fisher, 1 top 10, 0 laps led. His highest qualifying position, 9th all time at the track. seeing a lot of fighting here for the lead. Lucas doesn't want to let it get away from him. He's trying to keep that position close. Lucas just got spun around on the track. I feel like you might be able to argue that that could have been intentional. Fisher does not seem too happy. Seems like he just rev limited the 19 of Bennett. And did, showing disapproval for that move. Now, the 9 is going to have to start next to the 19 if they don't go into pits. Top 5 right now consist of Riley Bennett in first, Jordan Fisher in second, Charlie Bennett in third, Wyatt Post in fourth, and Jeffrey Bourne rounding out the top 5. 10th caution here tonight. And of course, probably a lot more to go as we are not done. Of course, EOL going to be awarded to the 19 of Bennett, now upgraded to a drive-through as well. Jeffrey Bourne going to advance all the way to the front line because no one wanted that high side. Now he's going to start next to Fisher. A team that was deemed a powerhouse, one of the few powerhouses, Parker Motorsports and Steel City Racing. Here for the lead, 1 and 2. Jordan with a good jump there as he was the control car. How long will this lead last for Parker? First laps led here tonight. Course lap 224 out of 300 right now. Now 225. 09 of Fox making a crazy over-under move. Going to go just to the door of Fisher. Now gets around him for the lead position. Wreck in the backfield again. This man cannot catch a break tonight. It is a 24 of Lucas Lewis again. Contact with the 97. Looks like the 97 overcorrected, expecting to go slamming into the wall, so we started turning left. And that made contact with Lucas Lewis, which has sent Lucas around for like the 5th time tonight. 11th caution out. We still have almost like 73 laps left. Now, of course, drivers having to regain. Try to get the leads back again. Of course, now 11th caution winding down. We are ready to go back green. Green flag out now. Lucas Lewis really trying to make runs through the field now. This man got the pole here tonight. He has only one win out of all active drivers, trying to make it 2. Believe that would put him on the list, tied with Owen Lax, for the only person with a multi-track win active at this point in time. Fisher in some hot water. Shall we say we got a fish out of water? Another caution going to be out. 08 of Charlie Bennett. The 19 and the 08 on a warpath tonight. They are the Bennetts of destruction. If you follow early 2000s WWE, you get the reference there. A little bit of contact, then got sent twice. into the 9 car. Parker Motorsports cannot catch a break here today. Well, that's also not good either, because that was an intentional wreck from the 9. Going into pits. So as of right now, race control looking into this last little situation there. Jordan Fisher is going to get a black flag for the intent wreck on the 08 there. That is official word from race control. Now Fisher is going to go from 7th to the rear of the field. Race control has just officially announced EOL and a black flag for the 9, EOL for the 08. So now Fisher's going to go a lap down, praying for another caution to get that lap back. All right, now, of course, it is going to be tough for this 9. He has to serve this black flag during green flag run, which means he is going a lap down at minimum. Isaiah Fox in the 09 is going to be your lead with Joshua Hahn. He is, I believe, second closest right now in All-Star fan votes. That is pinned in this chat on Twitch. It has also been posted in the YouTube chat. He is second on fan votes. If you guys haven't, go ahead and vote for your drivers. You have a long list of names. If you are watching and you do race and you're not here, you cannot vote for yourself. Pace car is off. Green flag out back now for the 09 of Fox.
How's it going?
Doing good. Glad to see you pop in here for the last little bit of the race, man. Seems like the broadcasting bug has finally bit you in the end.
It sure did. Man, I'm always down to watch some racing and get up here in the booth with you, so it's always a good time, so I'm always going to be down for it.
Well, you just missed a 08 wreck to the 9. 9 came back and intent wrecked, and Jeffrey Bourne seems to have just wrecked himself. The 19 again. The 19 again to the rear of the 96. That is the second time that a Bennett has just wrecked somebody for a lap, literally within 2 laps. there. He was able to avoid it. Jeffrey has literally been playing the game. I have been talking to him in the off times here and there. He has complained about the 19 early on, sending it late and deep in the corners. He does it again there. Tries to break that 96 loose. Dumps the 57 in the process. Thankfully, Jeffrey again was able to go through the grass and maintain it, while the 19 gets a little bit of his own karma spinning out in the dirt.
Yeah, luckily Jeff didn't take, much damage on that. It looked like he hit a bump in the dirt. Hopefully he can get back out there real quick and finish this race out strong. I was on my way home watching the stream, and I seen him in first place for a minute, and I try to rush home and get in here as quick as I can to finish it out, and hopefully see him get him a nice win.
I mean, he is on pace. He's the only car on track tonight for Steel City Racing. As everybody knows, that is my team. Of course, we try to stay biased on all decisions, but I have heard my driver call out that 19 a few times to me while trying to talk to him on radios during the caution breaks. So this is something he's been familiar with. Of course, I've gave him the stay, watch your beers, stay out of the way, and that's kind of what we just saw him do there, is take the initial contact, and know how to walk away, without a scratch with it. I mean, this is a comfortable track for him. This is a home track for Jeffrey, being from Virginia. So this is really in his wheelhouse to possibly get his first win as a rookie here in Naras, and trying to get it done now is really the key for him. Of course, 300 laps. It's been a long race. You've been watching it, probably haven't caught all of it. It's been a tough one here. Right now we have 13 cautions for 56 laps in total. Almost half of the stage has been served under pacing. We are at lap 244, only 7 lead changes, and we have a lot of drivers out for the night. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers have been retired tonight due to incidences, due to bumping in the corners, where a majority of our cautions have come from, Blake. It's just been someone just giving an off-centered bump in the corner, and they've just washing right up the track, slammed the outside wall and nose first, and it's ended their nights.
Yeah, you said there's 300 laps total.
300 laps.
It don't matter if you're doing a drag strip straight, or it doesn't matter where you're racing at. With 300 laps, there's going to be a lot of people taken out. It's unfortunate. It's just, these are one of those races where with so many laps, you kind of want to, drive smart at first. You don't want to try to push too much and early, because the harder you push, the more risk you're giving yourself to wreck out or something like that. So you really just want to kind of save everything you can till the end. Especially when it comes to being aggressive and passing other drivers on tracks like this. So yeah, it's a lot of laps, but man, it looks like a fun one to race in. I honestly don't mind the long races. I just enjoy it very much. Oh, was that on the pace lap right there on that replay?
Yeah, that was in the pace lap. And we possibly also have a situation because Fisher was in the middle of the track upon choosing. I don't know if race control has seen that. I believe he has, because Fisher's now behind the 09.
Oh, dang. That's a tough restart right here on the last end of this race. Hopefully the guys that are in the back can catch back up and get back apart, get themselves back in this race. Next caution for sure. If there is another one, it needs to definitely tighten up, just because it sucks for guys, when situations like that happen, like wrecks, man, it's really, that'll really frustrate you, I just hope that they can tighten things back up and get back in the running after that incident.
I mean, it's one of those things right now, man, with the late stages of the race. Like, I get it. People are getting antsy. You have guys that haven't led, that are in positions to possibly lead a few laps. Matthew Gary has led a phenomenal amount of laps so far here tonight. He's led 65. Riley Bennett in the 19. He's already back up to the front. He has led 18 laps. Charlie Bennett, brother, has touched the lead yet. White Post has not touched the lead either in 4th. Lucas Lewis, your pole sitter, in 5th, has led 52 laps. And then, of course, Bourne trying to make the pass on the 24 right now. He's led 4. So a lot of our top 5 drivers have touched the lead at one point in time. And, I mean, at this point in time, it's really make or break for them. It's 249 and a 300. They already know the gas they have now and tires can get them to the end of the race. It's really just going to be marginal damage at this point in time. It's going to be a very close race when it comes down to damage, the wrecking. Any cautions left are really going to decide the fate of these drivers, because it's going to pull more laps off of you than what you could have ran green. And then at the end of the race, you're kind of like, oh man, if I had those 3 laps, you know, I could have had this win. If I had those 3 laps, I could have got the top 10. And, you know, it makes it difficult for some.
Yeah, especially when you're putting up good lap times. You know, even if you're barely faster than the next guy behind you, you know, the more green you get, the more space you make between you and them. But when a lot of cautions come out, it just kind of kills your momentum. So, there you go. Looks like they got a little bump right there. He hit the wall, and then 97 car. But yeah, if it definitely can alter your strategy, especially when you are a very fast car. When there's a bunch of cautions, like I said, it just kills your momentum. And the other thing I want to say I want to go back to Jeffrey Bourne first. It's so weird seeing him driving the Toyota around in circles. I'm used to seeing him in a Dodge. I just wanted to make that comment real quick.
Jeffrey has had a little bit of a rough start to his season here, but he's been trying to turn it around slowly but surely. Right now, of course, the home track really giving him what he needs here. Just outside of the top 5 right now by literally 0.2 of a second. And with how many laps we have left, I mean, it's bound to happen. We're going to have another wreck, and sooner or later, there's going to be another driver that's either going to go multiple laps down due to damage or is going to have to retire. I mean, looking at the tower, we literally have almost 10 guys out for the night. I mean, Sims, Ryder, Hayes, Plyler, Vincent, Hollinsworth, Hoppy, Colson. Otten didn't start the race tonight, so I mean, he's like the only other one that gets away with it. I mean, JJ Moore, he's 66 laps down. I mean, he's technically out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he's still racing, he's technically out. He's not going to advance a position. So, I mean, it's a difficult thing for a lot of these guys, and you know, it's not gonna get any better. The later we go into this race, the harder the driving is going to get. Now that we're at the less than 50 laps to go mark, this is where things start ramping up.
Yeah, and it also one of the good things about these drivers being out so far, like it helps the guys in the lead. That's 10 to 12 cars. You don't have to worry about passing or slowing you down. There'll still be some lap traffic, it's just not as congested. So, I mean, even though it is unfortunate that a lot of drivers are out of the race at this point, it does help the guys in the lead. It kind of keeps them running the line they would rather run instead of having to maneuver around a bunch of cars. But yeah, they'll be. I mean, hopefully it stays green. You never know. But the way the race has been so far that I've seen, there'll probably be a couple more cautions. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, there's still 40 laps to go. I wouldn't necessarily push it as hard as you can right now. I feel like there is going to be another restart or two. Yeah, I see right now Fisher's 2 laps down. It looks like that after that Pace, whenever that accident, because it wasn't he involved in that accident during Pace.
He got spun out by the 08, causing the caution, and then had a retaliatory spin out on the 08. So he got served a black flag and a drive-through, which is bringing these 2 laps down because you have to serve it during green. And I don't even think we went a full lap green after his incident.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this late in the race, you've been driving for a while. You get frustrated when things happen. So, I mean, like I said, retaliation, you're not supposed to do it, but I mean, we're all human. We have emotions, especially when you put a lot of time practicing and planning your nights around racing, and you're so far in the race, 200 plus laps, and some bonehead or something hits you, like you want to retaliate. The best thing to do is hold your composure and just do your best, because you're just doing yourself more of a disservice than anybody when you do things like that. Because with him 2 laps down, it looks like he's the first guy back on. It's no Gary. He's a lap down now. Like he'll have to only way it'll get better for him is he can be the only lap down. So he gets a lucky dog. But man, yeah, he screwed himself more than anybody by doing that. But that's a part of racing.
See, and the worst part about it was, if you and that's the hardest thing in the moment is keeping composure. I mean, I've been behind the wheel and I've done it. The first week of this season, man, someone pissed me off in an official race. I took the 4X and spun the hell out of them and lost so much safety because of it. And after the race was over and I went back and looked at film, I was like, man, I feel bad. I shouldn't have done that, and kind of got over it. I really don't care about it now. It's in the past. But, you worry about the heat of the moment. You want to react. And the car that he spun, that originally spun him, is now fighting their brother for the lead. So, that could have been the 9. Yeah,
I mean, that is very true. It's just one of those, you have to swallow your pride on some things, even though you want to react. Sometimes you just can't, especially so late in the race. If you were both lap cars and you were kind of screwed out, it still would be wrong, but it'd make more sense for you to want to do it then, not when you're, racing for a win. Especially when you're not racing that many people, because there's so many people that are out of the race. You have 10 people racing right now, and that's one of those things you need to just swallow it and continue on, and just bring it up after the race. Talk some words afterwards. Just don't use your car to do it unless you're just passing them. Don't intentionally try to hit somebody.
Now looking through, I mean, it's a tough race right now. Very tough race right now. A lot of drivers are starting to get a little squirrely on the moves they're trying to make within reason. I mean, looking now, Riley Bennett's still in the lead. Still about 30 laps to go, 20 laps to go roughly. No, I was right, 30 laps to go roughly. Charlie Bennett in second place, Lucas Lewis in third. This is your pole sitter of the night, 24. He has not touched the lead since about stage 1. Isaiah Fox was able to get 1 and 2. Now Lucas trying to come back. Isaiah Fox 3 laps down now. And it's kind of a shock that happened. I mean, you only have 6 cars on lead lap. Corey Rainey being the last car actively on lead lap right now, but he's disconnected almost 7 seconds from the leader. So, I mean, 30 laps to go officially called on the tower. You got to wonder, what can some of these guys do to try to get a lead? I mean, the 19 is practically either going to win this or is going to end up being a side-by-side fight from the 08. I mean, both of these drivers have been a little aggressive tonight, and they're probably going to end up wrecking each other for a win here, which could give this win to Lewis.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what you'd hope for if you're a couple seconds back. That's why, I mean, you want things to stay clean, but if anybody's going to get in a wreck, it'd be nice for the 2 guys in front of you, to give you that first place. But yeah, 19's doing a good job keeping his composure. I've seen 08, he spun out. He saved it pretty well though. He's only half a second back. He gained a little bit of that time. But right now, while it's green, 19, he just needs to keep running his lines. As I stated before, there's not much lap traffic to worry about that's going to slow him down. So just keep running your lines. Play a little defense. You ain't got to be too aggressive with it just because we still have 27 laps to go. So just, if he keeps running his line the way he's been doing, keeps 08 right behind him, and he plays good defense, nothing too aggressive to where it could, ruin his race, I think he might be able to hold and get the win. But, there's a lot of racing to go, so anything can happen at this point.
Anything really can happen at this point. Like you said, it's still a Very, very tough race for some who could have had the opportunity to get the win, a top 5 finish, and they're now kind of disconnected a little bit. So it's going to be tough for most that are still in it. I mean, only 6 cars on lead lap, 25 to go, and I mean, at this point, I don't think there's going to be any cautions. It seems like people are so far disconnected. Top 2 are on your screen right now. Third is Lucas Lewis, a ways back. Then you have J.J. Moore, who is 66 laps down. Then I believe Isaiah Fox, who is 3 laps down behind him. Then your 4th place sitter of Wyatt Post. With our top 5 sitter now, Jeffrey Bourne. So, I mean, Jeff is probably had the best outcome of this race. He qualified in 7th. He's back in the top 5. Still in top 10 right now. He's kind of avoided a lot of damage. And a few wrecks, and then, you know, but, I mean, still outside of where you want to be at the end of the race. Corey Rainey, he's sitting in 6th place, kind of cruising around the track, really far disconnected, about 6.5 seconds from the leader. And then starts the first car lap down behind him, who is Matthew Gary right now, 2 laps down. So, I mean, I feel like these top 6 are really far out of reach of each other at this point in time in the race. I mean, unless they're going to have to go in for gas or tires, I don't really feel like we're going to get any closer other than these 2 for the lead, unless the caution comes up.
Yeah, I agree. Bennett's been going back and forth between, you know, half a second down and about 0.3. You know, he's 0.2. You know, he's been going back and forth. I'd imagine he's going to push it very hard, you know, under 5 laps to go around that time, maybe before, maybe later. And that's going to be the only time that caution will come out is when someone tries to push too hard on older tires and spins out, or if, you know, the 08, the brothers get into it, you know, trying to battle on the last couple laps. Yeah, but and back to what you were saying about only having 6 cars on the lead lap, that's why it's so important, especially in these long races, to be very patient, you know, because you could literally be in the back of the pack the whole race. Just be on your P's and Q's, watch in front of you, watch for wrecks, be smart, don't be too aggressive. You could have found yourself in the top 6 on the lead lap as well, you know. So there goes the 08 right there in the pits. So I wonder if the rest of the guys, yeah, that was very late. But we'll see who else comes down. And looks like maybe the tires were worn out or gas. We'll be able to tell how quick this pit stop is.
So technically that would be an illegal pit for the 08 of Bennett.
Okay.
Because he is supposed to be in that, you're supposed to be in pits at that orange line right there. He pitted afterwards. So that is most likely going to be a black flag for him. I can go talk to race control real quick and see what that says. So if you hold on, folks, I'll be right back with an update on that. Give me... All right, so we have talked to the owner and the driver, and race control. That is going to be a black flag to the 08. It should have actually been awarded from an iRacing standpoint. For some reason, iRacing didn't give him that black flag. So that is actually going to have to be given by race control right now. So the 08 is now in 5th, but he's going to have a black flag. So that's going to put him in 7th place because he's going to end up going a lap down, which now puts Lucas Lewis in the wheelhouse of actually getting the win here on a caution situation. If a caution comes out right now, that was a very close call between the 9 and the 19. If a caution does come out right now after Charlie is given that black flag and he can't serve it, he is going to be trapped, which is really going to hurt his odds. Of course, he'll still be the first person to lap down as he is now in serving that black flag.
Yeah, tough break. A lot of the times when you're racing hard, especially when you're in second racing for the lead, things hit you at the last second. You're paying attention to the car in front of you, you're paying attention to your line, and you're paying attention to the apex of everything, of how you're trying to come out of a turn, and it just hits you in the head, oh crap, I need to pit, and you do something so late and it ends up costing them. Good news for, Lewis and Bourne and Rainey, only 4 drivers on the lap right now, and here comes the 19 now. So Lewis has the lead. I'm not sure when the last time he's pit or if he has, enough fuel or so. But yeah, very worked out for Lewis that Bennett in the 08 got a black flag and it advanced him up a couple spots.
So Lucas, all top 3. 24 of Lucas, the 96 of Bourne, and the 4 of Rainey. All last pitted at lap 241. With 8 laps to go, they are already about 50 laps into their fuel runs.
Do you think they have enough to make it to the end?
Lewis, I don't know. Lewis has been pretty hard on that throttle trying to get this win. His teammate in front of him, the 9 of Parker now. Parker is a lapped car. We can go to the cockpit, see if he's trying to clutch it or not. I mean, I don't hear any clutch. He's not hitting the 9,300 that the rest of the drivers have been hitting all race. So he is coasting a little bit more in his entries. I don't know if that's going to save him. We can go to the in-car of Rainey now. Blue roll cage. We'll see if he's doing anything different. He is hitting the red line on his RPMs. He's not maxing out, but he is hitting a red line. He's coasting entrance and exits. And the same thing for the 96 of Bourne right now. Just in front of him is Rainey, fighting for a top 2 position right now. He is coasting as well, not too deep into the gas. So, I mean, 5 laps to go. At this point, do you risk it? I mean, you go in, you're going to lose a lot. I mean, there's only 3 cars on lead lap right now. That is Lewis, Rainey, and Bourne.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a smaller field on the lead lap coming to the end of a race ever, unless it was 5 pedal drivers in the entire race. But hopefully, the way they're not pushing it too hard, I would imagine they could all finish without running out of fuel. But you never know. We'll see. I'm excited to see how this one ends. Only a couple laps to go. Got 4. So we're gonna find out in just a couple minutes.
Officially 3 laps to go. This time by will be 2 when they cross the line. Now you have Jordan Fisher for Parker Motorsports behind the 24. That's going to help Jordan, but it's not going to help Lewis. And there is a caution out. Matthew Gary has just wrecked. This is going to change the outcome of this race. Once again, the 19 and the 97 involved in a wreck. The 19 came up too early and just caused the 97 to go into the wall, the infield.
Man, that's a second cause of a wreck in the past 40 laps, 50 laps.
The 19 is, I believe, has had 4 this race.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a talk.
Good news though for the guy like Jeffrey in third, with him being the last car on the lead lap, he's able to go into pits and not have to give up a position, so he can fuel up, and get back out there. I'm sure Bennett, he'll get the wave round or whatever. He'll be on the lead lap again. But good news for Jeff and Rainey too. They get to it closes that gap. They all restart from fresh, and they can all go full throttle with a bunch of fuel back in their tank.
Now, of course, this is going to be a difficult situation here. You hear drivers gassing up, ready to leave. Lucas is going to take the lead. Corey Rainey's going to come out in second. Bourne in third, so they did not change at all. Riley Bennett is going to be on lead lap now, but after that caution, he might have a black flag to serve. I don't know if he's going to get the black flag or if he's going to get an EOL there. Gary does have a black flag, so that might be speeding in pits.
Yeah, hell, even Post is back on the lead lap, it looks like. So now we got.
Post is
oh, no,
still
he's back to lap down.
Yeah,
okay,
he was 2 laps down.
For a minute. Okay, for a minute it showed that he was on the lead lap. For once, I don't know what that was, but yeah. But at least we got an extra guy on the lead lap, unless he has to serve some black flag and go lap down. We'll see. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun finish right here with all the guys. Don't have to worry about coasting or trying to save a little bit of fuel they have. They got good tires. Jeff got some fresh tires, so now these guys can go out and give 100% on these last couple laps.
Now it's going to be fun, as we are now in overtime. We have officially hit 301 laps. We will go to a green, white checkered.
Oh boy, it's gonna be fun. Can't wait to see what happens. This is where the intensity comes out. This is where it all comes down to all 300 laps that that these guys have driven so far, and it all comes down to this overtime. And I had a quick question: are there multiple overtimes? How's it work in this league?
15 green, white checkers allowed.
15?
I mean, of course, we're not going to use them all.
Yeah, you never know.
We never got past 2.
You never know, but
it was a single file restart. Oh man.
Oh Lord.
Everybody chose the top side. The 24 just got spun because he went to go dive low on the 4 car of Rainey. That's going to cause another caution, and Jeffrey Bourne is now going to be in the lead.
Let's go, Jeffrey. That's unfortunate, man. You hate seeing it, but you push it hard in green, white checkers in overtime. You got the tires to be aggressive. You have the fuel. You can push to 100%. It's like I said, it's just unfortunate. Yeah, we'll get to start it back again.
Yeah, looking at that 24, try to come down to block the 4 car. The 4 was already in the lane. The 24 kept advancing down. And that's the side of the caution there. 96 of Bourne unfortunately caught the left rear of the 4 as well, turned him sideways. So there's going to be damage on all 3 of those lead cars. How much is the question?
Yeah, hopefully not too much. You'd hate to see damage like that, ruin your last couple laps. Let's see. It looks like they have Jeff back in 3rd. So is he coming back up? Okay, I think he's taking Corey's spot.
He might have been sighted in 2nd at the point of the wreck.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it looked like Corey Rainey in the 4 car. He had that inside lane. 24 came down, not all the way down. I feel like maybe he's trying to pinch him, not give him much room. But you gotta, he went a little too far down, and Corey ended up hitting him and spinning him around. But luckily, it looks like they don't have any damage that they have to really worry about at this moment. They'll be good to restart again, and hopefully it'll be cleaner this time. Yeah, Jeffrey just missed that first play before that caution came out. He was very close.
Literally by like 0.003 of a second close, too.
Yeah.
This would be Bourne's first win here in the Cup Series. So there's a lot on the line for him right now. Bragging rights, the first win, and being the 3rd car. All 3 cars for Steel City will be locked into playoffs if he can get this win here tonight.
That'd be huge. Could you remind me whose team Steel Cities is again?
That is mine.
There you go. Yeah, I hope to see him. I don't have any dogs in the fight, but if it's your team, man, I'd love to see them make the playoffs and all make a good run for the championship.
I mean, within 7 weeks, having an entire team locked into the playoffs is a pretty big thing. I mean, that kind of goes to show you the rest of the season, how it's going to play out. I mean, of course, some will call it luck, some will call it skill, others will call it being in the right place at the right time, but that's racing. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, no, you're right. Every luck is in every race. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be luck involved in some type of way. Here we go. What a jump by the 24.
The green is
I seen Tristan Payne to get a win for his rookie year or his rookie race. I think it wasn't his first race of the season.
It was his first rookie race of the season with a brand new team.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. He's just a good driver. I don't think there's much luck with that one, but congrats on that. Hopefully Jeff can do something and try to pull out a win.
Well, he's got 3 corners left to do it. White flag's out now. No more cautions. The 24, Lucas Lewis, is in the lead. Jeffrey Bourne is in second. Rainey is closing the gap on him. Breaks loose there. Now it's going to be 1 and 2. Will Bourne be able to do it this time in the corner? Is it going to Lucas? Lucas will be the first winner of this season. And it goes to Lucas Lewis for the win after a good fight and a hard-fought battle there for the finishing position.
Wow. What an ending that was. Glad to see Rainey and Jeff finish top 3. It's always good to see them boys do well. I know them a little more than other guys, but congrats to Lewis. He stayed in there while the other guy, while the Bennett brothers were in front of him. He stayed consistent, and he ended up pulling out the win. Congrats to him.
Now this is Lucas Lewis's first win of the season. This puts him as the second multi-track winner here in the Naras Cup Series for this season. And there's Parker.
Yeah, it looks like he had a part. Is their teammates? You said, right?
Yeah, that is the team owner, the 9 right there, giving him a little celebratory talk as the 24 now officially takes victory laps around the track.
Yeah, what a race that was, man. It took a lot of laps, but he stayed in there. He was patient when he needed to be, and that's why he came out on top. Congrats to the 24 again.
Lucas Lewis's first victory here. He claimed the victory last time. Now he puts himself on the list with Owen Lax as a multi-track winner. Backwards laps around the track. You don't see drivers do this much anymore with these victories, man. You don't see them do that salute lap to the fans around backwards and then burn it down on the stretch.
Yeah, you really don't. You really don't see that much, especially on the iRacing. I've seen people get removed from the session from going backwards before, so
Well,
this is able to. Yeah.
Now we're going to let the 24 burn her down, unless he's out of gas. He might not have the gas to burn her. There it is. And it was an incredible feat for Lucas. He did not know if he was going to be able to return for Season 3. He had a very emotional interview after he lost that Final 4 race at Homestead, not knowing what his future had in store for him in the Cup Series, and of course was able to come back, got re-signed to Parker Motorsports after a very hard season with them, got released, and is now proving why he was brought back to Parker Motorsports.
Yeah, it's always a good night when you can win. As I was saying earlier, a lot of people put a lot of money and time into this. So, man, that's why every time you get these wins, you got to really enjoy them. Because you might not ever win a race the rest of the season. Like, anything can happen. You might not know if you come back to the next season, because of life, and so on and so on. That's why you got to, when you get these wins, man, you really got to enjoy it. Soak it all in. But yeah, dude, Lucas, he put on a hell of an effort tonight, and that's why he got the dub.
Of course, Congratulations are in order to the 24 of Lucas Lewis for his first victory here this season. He has not touched victory lane since last season, and I don't have the exact race, but it's been a few months now. Of course, Lucas Lewis finishes in first. Jeffrey Bourne with his first second place finish. Corey Rennie in third, who we already have word there will be no interview from him. Wyatt Post finishing in fourth. Riley Bennett in fifth, and Matthew Gary in sixth. Charlie Bennett in seventh. Jordan Fisher in eighth, a happy team owner here tonight. Isaiah Fox in ninth, and Joshua Hahn finishing in 10th, 40 laps down. See if our drivers are ready for interview. Jeffrey is ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and bring the man who has fought tirelessly to get this position, the man who had the home track win almost in grasps. It's going to be the 96 of Jeffrey Bourne.
Hey guys, what'd I tell you, T-Bone? I told you Richmond was my track. I told you.
I guess I'll put my money where my mouth is on that one, man. So, it was a hell of a race. 300 laps long. I didn't think it was going to be as disastrously entertaining at some points, shall I say. You were in a lot of cautions. Of course, you were Magic Mike behind the wheel, and you were able to keep that car off the wall and minimize your damage. I mean, getting spun out by the same car multiple times tonight. Did at any point in time, the more and more you kept getting bumped in these corners and kept getting spun out, did it just push you to go harder and get a better finishing position?
It did actually. It kind of it motivated me more because I'm new here and we had a little run in last week, me and Lucas, which I feel bad for, and it's good, I guess, that me and him finished 1-2. After that, maybe I earned a little bit of respect from everybody, but I just at the restarts, I wanted to save tires for because if I knew if we had green flag runs that the line that I use in 3 and 4 would work. It just doesn't work on cold tires. So once my tires got warmed up, I knew I had the line to catch everybody. Once they got away from me a little bit and we spread out, I feel bad for the 67. He got into me, and I think it was the first or the second caution, and I spun, and then I got into him later, which was not on purpose. He was driving deep into the corner every turn, so I thought he was going to do it that lap, but he didn't. And then I got into him, which caused that caution. So I feel bad for that. But other than that, I love this track. It's my home track, and that was fun. I don't care. 300 laps was a long race, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, Jeff, congrats, my dude. I'm glad you got top two, dude. Yeah, I was ready for you, even though you was in the Toyota, which is funny to see. So
Yeah, I
in a
was going to
race
make
like
sure the end of that was clean. I didn't want to. I was not after last week. I was not. I was not getting anywhere close to running into Lucas. If he slid up, I was going to try to take advantage, but
no, I understand. In a race that's so long, 300 laps, man, there's a bunch of cautions. How do you what do you do to keep your composure just to kind of stay focused on the goal?
the best part about that is it's Richmond, so you have to keep composure because if not, you're going to loop it on corner exit. Because if you start to drive angry, you're going to get into the throttle too soon or too hard, and it's just going to come around. I had a couple of those instances, once again on cold tires, but once I would, get it somewhat sideways off of turn 4, I'd be like, all right, just breathe, just breathe. We got this, and then get back to
Mhm.
work.
Now you had a couple of motivational talks from your team owner throughout the race. Do you feel like that was also an opportunity to help you kind of relieve stress and keep composure?
It did, and I felt like the winner of the race. I hope nobody that didn't watch the race today is watching this. If you are, pause it, mute it, give me a second. I feel like Corey Day today with like Rick Hendrick in his ear popping in, being like, "Hey, bud, you're doing good, but think about this, think about this." And yes, sir. That's what I felt like every time you came over, I was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you."
Yeah, man. That is funny, man. It's cool that y'all two are racing together. On Steel City. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was a good run. And also I was looking at the points. It looks like if I'm correct, you were sitting at 19. Before the race, just out of the playoff spot, man, and getting second like that. Obviously, you'd rather have a win to automatically lock you in, man. But like if you can get in without one, that's good too. It just kind of goes to show, that being very consistent pays off in the long run. You don't always have to win races, which that's the main goal. Then just being consistent is just like the main thing. And in this league and right time, all other leagues I've seen you and you do a really good job staying consistent, man. And like that's one feat that a lot of people don't have. But I don't have any more questions for you. I didn't get to watch the full race. So I'm gonna give it back to Tyler. Yeah, dude, you just hell of a race. It was really good reading you on, man, and hope to see you get your win soon in this league.
So of course,
Thank you. I'm glad I messaged you earlier on behalf. I do want to also throw out a little other motivating factor is my teammates who are not here tonight and they are consistently up front. So knowing I was carrying the banner tonight, I knew I had to step up at some in some shape or form. And this being my home track, I felt like a prime opportunity for me to do that.
no, I mean, of course, like Blake was saying on the point situation, you were in a three-way tie at 111. 18th was Johnny Road Truck, you in 19th, and then Joshua Hahn behind you in 20th. With Josh not being able to finish this race, Road Truck not being here this week, and you finishing in front of Wyatt Post, for Garrett not being here as well, you have just officially put yourself into the top 16. So now you are one step closer to making the playoffs without that clinch spot. Of course, this win would have made you in with the other teammates, Tristan Pena and Mark Morton. But I mean, we still have a lot of season left to go. So, I mean, with that being said, of course, this is your home track. You were hoping for the win here tonight. Um, do you feel like you'll be able to get that Richmond win at week 22, about 4 races before the playoffs?
Um, I believe I still have a little bit left on the table that I could have ran a little bit harder at certain points tonight. Uh, it's all about gaining respect in this league currently because of situations that I've put myself in, and it's been a rough season, accident filled for the 96. And I'm trying to earn people's respect, so maybe they see that I don't just drive aggressively and take, that I can also give. So maybe it'll come back around by that time. I'm hoping I have a win before that. I have a couple of tracks that I'm looking at. But if it comes down to Richmond, I will. I learned a couple things tonight late in that race that will definitely be effective for that race.
Of course, man. Second to last question for you here tonight. Obviously, the cars were tried multiple times this week with different packages. Of course, landing on the package we had tonight wasn't the actual intentional package. A little bit of a situation with the actual the setup itself, and we got a different horsepower package. Now, did that make the car feel any better than what it would have, or was it still kind of the same cookie cut, just run your lines and don't really over throttle it in the corners?
Yeah, I appreciate the Jordan trying multiple packages to try to alleviate some issues here. And I was really hoping that it wouldn't just been the 100%. So we tested the 85, and I particularly was not a huge fan of that package. So when I saw it was 90, it was pretty close to the 100% package. So I felt like that helped me because once again, I've I'm older. I'm one of the older gentlemen in this league. I'll say that. I've been to Richmond every year since 2001 to watch it, and every NASCAR game I've played it. iRacing, me and my best friend Aaron, this is the most races I have is on Richmond. I absolutely love this place. So the closer it was to 100, the more of an advantage I felt like I did have when it went down, or if we were going to up it, I felt like that would have tested me a little bit more. But it was pretty similar to the regular package that's ran here.
And of course, man, last question of the night before you go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody?
I would like to shout out my wife who dealt with me not listening to everything she said tonight because I had my headphones in and I was fully concentrated. We have a 6-month-old baby, and she was not cooperating, so I'm pretty sure my wife was not very happy. But I appreciate her. I appreciate my team owner and my broadcaster for Right Time and the broadcaster for Naras. Oh, T-Bone, you, sir, I appreciate you letting me run this car and having faith in me and checking in on me during the race. Blake, I appreciate everything you do in Right Time and you popping in for this broadcast. Jordan, for, of course, running Naras and dealing with everybody's stuff all the time because in Right Time, I get it. It's stressful. I want to shout out all of Right Time. See you guys next week. Don't have we have Richmond in 2 weeks, so I hope everybody's taking notes of what just happened tonight. My best friend Aaron, my teammates that were not here, Mark Morton and Tristan Pena. Thank you guys for just being teammates and giving me motivation to show up. And Corey Rainey finished third behind me. Me and him were on a similar strategy. I'd like to thank him for all the great talks we have in the lounge at times. And just everybody who showed up tonight and who continues to show up for Naras.
I mean, of course, man. Taking off the broadcaster headphones real quick, it was glad to finally see you kind of push past some adversity you've been dealing with as a team owner and finally driving the 97 car to almost victory lane, still podium finish for you, so you get to celebrate in some which way. And hopefully we can find someone to take over the booth for me on Saturday, so I'll be side by side with you next season. But of course, man,
that'd be great. I do feel like Cletus today. I was ripping like a bald eagle. You know what I'm saying? Me and him both finished second today, so that's okay. I'll take that.
Of course, man. Congrats on the second place.
Yeah, congrats, man, dude. Yeah, you deserve it, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, man. We will catch you next time. You have a good one, man.
All right, you too.
That was a driver that has been in a deserving position weeks after weeks. He has had a lot, and I mean a lot, of trouble on the track with a lot of people, but now has officially found himself in a top 3 position, finishing in second. So, I mean, I feel like that's going to give him the boost he needs to go forward with the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's always good getting a podium spot wherever you're at, whatever track you're at. You know, luckily he's on a track that he loves, his most favorite track. So, you know, good for him to hop into the top 16. Took advantage of his spot, his tie that he was in with multiple drivers, and some of them couldn't show up, some of them didn't finish well. So he really took advantage of that opportunity to get as many points as he could, and that's what you know, got him in the top 16. So yeah, once again, congrats to Jeffrey Bourne in the 96 car.
Of course, one more interview for the night. This is the man that has officially clinched his first win after not thinking that he was going to be back in Naras and that he was hanging up after Homestead, was given a second chance opportunity at Parker Motorsports and has now officially found himself in victory lane, meeting his other teammate JJ Moore in the playoffs already. That is going to be the 24 of Lucas Lewis.
Finally.
So let's go ahead and get emotional, because you did not think this was going to happen. After the Homestead Miami race, you gave us an emotional speech, not knowing if you were going to be back here. And obviously, through adversity, you got re-signed from a team that wasn't on the right foot last season. Had a long talks with the owner, some of the staff, and now you have changed a lot. You have proved yourself to not only your team owner, but a lot of the drivers in here, and now you've officially claimed your first win of season 3. So how are you feeling?
Dude, hold on. Dude, you know how I got so excited. My mom came back here, and because you guys are behind a little bit, she came back and said, "Don't get too excited because then you're just ruining the race for us." So, dude, you don't know how happy I am. I thought I wasn't gonna win this race at all. I made the mistake in this first stage and put myself behind so much. Then stage 2 just kept on getting doored and moved out of the way. Basically, I just didn't think that I would be in that situation of doing what Owen normally does, staying back, fuel saving, had enough to make it the end, and then caution came out, and I thought that was it. I legit thought my race was over. I thought that this number 24 Liberty University machine was going to finish third, because we all knew it was 3 cars on the lead lap. I thought we were going to finish third, and Corey was going to move on, or Jeffrey was going to move on and win the race. So, there's a lot of emotions going through, mainly happy, but it's just crazy to think that going from Homestead to now I never thought that I would be driving a Parker Motorsports car at all. I always thought that that's going to be one team that I'll never really race for, because me and Jordan have had our differences so many times before. I never thought that this opportunity would be available to me. That's just the real crazy part about it, is this opportunity to be able to race the 24 car. One of my grandma's favorite drivers, Jeff Gordon, to be able to win in the 24 car is honestly amazing. So I'm kind of rambling on from here.
Hey, no problem with that, man. You got the win.
Well, you talk as much as you need to, man. You earned it. This is the mics on you, man. The lights on you. You take it up however you want to, man. You raced a lot of laps out there. You did a really good job. You kept your composure, on the last couple restarts, man, and you kicked ass, dude. And I'm gonna leave most of the questions for T-Bone, but man, like I said, you did really well tonight, dude. And I'm really glad you won. Yeah, dude, just celebrate it, man. Enjoy it. Just soak it all in, man. You 100% deserved it more than anybody. Like I said, you stayed composed when things weren't in your favor. You and you battled it out in the last, with the other 2 cars on lead lap, Corey and Jeff, and like I said, you kicked butt tonight, dude. And you enjoy that win, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, I mean, of course, now you're meeting another teammate of yours already locked into the playoffs, that being JJ Moore. He locked himself in at Phoenix. Now you put yourself in that position. I mean, you were already sitting 4th on points. So now you are even closer to a regular season championship just by a step. Josh Mason, another teammate of yours, not here tonight, so he's going to fall from the points lead a little bit, which is going to give all 3 of you in the top 5 a better advantage. Of course, Pena not here, so he's going to lose a little bit. But you, Rainey, and Lax are all going to move up possibly a position or 2 based off of here tonight. Of course, Lax not on the field, so you're going to gain that position on him, as it was 217 to your 203. So now you have advanced to 3rd after tonight. You are 1 step closer. Mason moving down, depending on the points. You might have moved up 2 positions here. Of course, now you being a 2-time winner here at Richmond, You have now officially put yourself in a different bracket for stats, as we are now currently trying to track stats for each win. Richmond was you last season, and now you get to join Owen Lax again on another record, being the second person for a multi-win at the same track. Does this kind of boost you with, the points, the lock-in, just everything you've had to deal with in the regular season last season, in the off season? How much of a boost does this race here give you and that 24 car moving forward?
Oh, it's great. The only bad part is I have to work tomorrow or next Saturday, so I won't be here sadly. Um, but it really does give a big boost of being in the same category. I mean, it's crazy to be in the same category as Owen because like I said before, last night he's, in my opinion, still so far ahead of me on skill that he's doing stuff that I should have thought of 5 laps later or 5 laps earlier. So to be on the same kind of bracket as him right now is awesome. And also to be one step closer to being close to his 6 wins is also awesome as well. But it really does make a lot of things kind of come off of my shoulders a little bit. I know it's not like the first win like I did at Indianapolis, but it's the first win with a brand new manufacturer. I've never won with Chevy in this league, so it's great to finally win for Chevy. So that finally kind of lifts a little bit of burden off my back of trying to be good. So now I can just kind of take it easy for the next couple races in hopes of just being myself and backing off and just kind of just maintaining and just try to get as many points as possible so I can get more playoff points for the playoffs.
I mean, like you said, now you are a part of a three-way tie. You were already a part of a three-way tie, sitting at 4 wins for the all-time series stats. Now you move up to 5. You now meet your team owner, Jordan Fisher, my driver, Mark Morton, and then yourself on the all-time wins. Now on the Cup Series side, you put yourself in a two-way tie in second for 5th, with 5 wins in total. So now only 1 spot behind Lax, and we are, of course, you're not going to be here next week for that race, but we have seen what you and Lax were able to do at Watkins Glen. Of course, Lax was about the class of the field, but you still had a really good run. And of course, I want to ask you questions about Texas since you won't be here, but how are you feeling about your opportunities, for another top 3, even a win at Watkins Glen?
Win's a little too much right there. I kind of suck at the road courses. I might get jokingly called Conor sometimes in different chats, but I'm not as skilled as Conor as the road courses. So, hopefully, big hopefully, that we're able to get a good finish or get a good run there. I know last season we had a great run going, about to finish 3rd, and me and Josh got into it a little bit, but that was perfectly fine with that. Because I already knew that I showed that I was better than most of the playoff guys at the road course. So I was happy about that. Hopefully, maybe if some luck goes my way, and maybe from all the practice I'll probably be doing these next couple weeks, that I might be able to sneak a win away here at Watkins Glen and be one step closer to passing Owen and Mark. So hopefully, maybe good luck swings my way and I can sneak away a win here.
I mean, of course, you're locked in now, so you really don't have to worry about the rest of the season when it comes to having to point yourself into the round of 16. Of course, you're still going to have to worry about your points if you want that regular season championship. But I mean, now you are one step closer. With you now being locked into that round of 16, first race at Chicagoland, what is your goals before we hit the playoffs?
Well, the first goal was to win a race, so that's already checked off. That was really it. That was really it. The main goal was to lock myself in, so I don't have to worry about not being locked in until the last couple weeks. So, really, the only goal now is to show that that this wasn't a fluke, that this wasn't a fluke win, and I can go on and drive and do my own thing most of the time, and hopefully maybe steal a couple wins, maybe sneak away a win, maybe dominate like I did today and dominate a win and take that away. And that's really all for all the goals.
No, I mean, of course, we've seen a little bit of misfortune for you the last few weeks. I feel like you've kind of been a magnet at some point in time. You were in a few incidents today with Charlie Bennett and a few other drivers. Did any of those wrecks kind of get in your head, get you in your head a little bit, and made you feel like you weren't going to have it? I mean, you claimed pole here tonight. We saw you lead a majority of the first laps after green flag, and then that kind of fell away from you, and it seemed like it was a little bit difficult for you to have to catch back up to not only the top three but the leader itself. And permitting all those wrecks that you had got into, just from everybody else's driving. But did that kind of push you to drive a little bit harder, or did it kind of get in your head at some points and times and kind of get you off your game?
Yes and no. Mainly yes, because I thought that tonight was all about track position. So if I lost the track position, I knew that it was probably going to be really it. With the new horsepower that we tested out, I think it's 90 tonight. I hope I'm right. I knew it was 90%. So technically, I'm also in another category of winning at Richmond at two different style, like I would say that styles, but like car styles. I don't know, two different engine types. But that was really the difficult part, was to maintain track position, and that's what really kind of threw me for more of a loop of I thought that was it. I thought I got wrecked, and that was going to be it. But what showed me to be a bit more aggressive was Charlie, Riley, and a little bit of on the 97, but he said he apologized, so I was kind of happy about that. I have to be aggressive. I got to be more aggressive than I was before. I was giving people slack, and I felt like me giving people slack was what's causing me to be involved in more incidents. So I started being a bit more aggressive. You already saw last night. I already told Isaiah I wasn't cutting him any slack anymore. And tonight he said that he told me, he was like, he doesn't know why I moved him. I showed him the evidence that I did not move him. I was already there on the inside, and he just came down and doored me. So really, that's really it. It got in my head a lot. I said a couple things to Jordan that might have got me suspended, but I kept my head calm. Once it all happened, I kept my head calm, cooled, and I made sure not to. All right, I was going to say intentionally wreck him. So, yeah, that's really it about the all the incidents that happened today.
Of course, man, before we let you go and enjoy your first victory here for the season, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give to anybody?
As always, first up, God, as always, for giving me a very big trial here of just Richmond in general and just the way the race was. Second up, my family, my mom, dad, always watching these races. My dad got here a little late today, but he still got here and was able to watch me win the race. My grandparents for helping me basically get into this position right here with all the extra stuff that I have. I'd like to thank you, as always, for streaming the races. I'd like to also thank Blake for being here as well, for helping out the races. Owen got mad at me at this yesterday, so I was going to shout out Owen before Jordan, because he got mad at me yesterday. So a shout out to Owen for not showing up tonight. Shout out to Jordan for funding these races and making this possible. Shout out to Owen and Alexa's parents if they're watching. I forgot to do this last night. Shout out to all the fans that showed up, the virtual fans in the grandstands, and the fans that watched this live on YouTube and Twitch. And I'd just like to say thank you to all the competitors that showed up to make even this more possible than anything else.
Well, of course, man, congratulations on your first win of the season. It was a long fought battle to get here after the last 7 weeks. We've officially done it. No worries for the rest of the season now on wins. Of course, more the merrier. But now you officially join one of your teammates, JJ Moore, in the round of 16.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats, man. You deserve it.
Hope you have a good one, Lucas. And he's gone. Well, he was eager to get back there and start hanging out. Insane race tonight. Of course, went to overtime. 311 laps out of 300 in general was supposed to be here for tonight. 15 cautions minus the 2 stage breaks. That's 14 cautions. 60 laps. 11 lead changes. And a 300 lap race at Richmond. I feel like that is better than what could have happened.
Yeah, that's a lot of laps, and only to have, what was it, 11 cautions? You said that's not too bad in my opinion. I've seen a lot more cautions on a lot less laps on, you know what I mean? So that's, I mean, I thought it looked pretty well. So.
Of course, Lucas Lewis takes the win away here tonight. Jeffrey Bourne claiming his first top 3 finish, finishing in second. Corey Rainey finishing in third after a treacherous day for him. He finished 15 positions up for where he qualified. Same Wyatt Post in fourth. He finished up 15 positions from where he qualified as well. Riley Bennett finishing out the top 5. Matthew Gary in sixth. Bennett in seventh. Charlie Bennett, that is. Jordan Fisher in 8th, Isaiah Fox in 9th, Joshua Hahn rounding out your top 10. Of course, a crazy amount of racing, and unfortunately, there's nothing else for us to give you here tonight on the Asphalt Racing Network. Of course, be sure to catch us on Twitch for all of the YouTube watchers right now for the American Stock Car Racing League on Monday. Right time ARCA on Wednesday, and Thursday is the Truck Series where you get to watch Blake go around in a circle and then join us in the booth. Naras, the Naras Truck Series on Friday. And then, of course, what you just watched here tonight, the Gen 6 cars on Saturday. Next week, we go to Texas for the 6-shooter. That is going to be a fun race. So I truthfully can't wait to see what's going to hold in store for these drivers next week, and especially when we go to Watkins Glen. First road course we are going to touch, and I believe it is not the last. I believe there were talks about another road course being changed, but as of right now, nothing has been made permanent, so I will keep my mouth shut. Of course, Blake, I appreciate you jumping in here at the bitter end of stage 3 with about 40 laps to go to call it and, see someone that pretty close and personally claim a second place finish.
Yeah, man, better late than never sometimes. A lot of the times I feel like in your broadcast I'm jumping in, whether it's after my race ends early or, I'm out and about on Saturdays, but it's always a pleasure. Man, it was really fun watching these guys do a bunch of circles, man. It really makes me want to. I see that 33's open, man. It's been thoughts in my head. But yeah, man, it's always fun. Watching from afar kind of adds more to iRacing to me instead of just driving it, which is is awesome. Like it's extra. Just adds to it. Being able to watch it in the booth, you have a different perspective on things. You're not sweating holding your wheel. you're you know what I mean? Like your butt's not clenched going around turns 4 or 3 wide. So it's very nice to kind of sit back, relax, man, talk some racing, watch some, dudes that live everyday lives, get together every week and, and get competitive, man. It's always a blast. And once again, I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, man. I'm telling you, permanent fixture to ARN you're going to be if you keep showing up. Look what happened with Mickey.
I can't help it, man.
Look what happened with Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Would, of course, appreciate all of our fans jumping. What am I talking about? Appreciate all of our fans joining us here tonight for another action-packed race for the Naras Cup Series. Of course, we are going to have to end it here tonight, so we are going to leave you guys with a white flag lap in overtime, where you saw a crazy battle there between Lucas Lewis and Jeffrey for a little bit, where Lucas was able to claim his first win of the season. Thank you guys for tuning in, and if we don't catch you next week here, if we don't catch you anywhere else next week, we hope to catch you back here again.
Deuces.
I've been doing these intros long enough. I think I'd be good with them now.